Everyone is worried about screen time these days. There are apps that tell you how many hours you spent on your phone today, videos promising to fix your addiction in 30 days, people setting strict time limits, keeping their phones in another room, switching off notifications, and people try all of this seriously with full effort, and then they pick the phone back up. Not because they are weak, not because the method failed, but because nobody stopped to ask the one question that actually matters. Why are you picking it up in the first place? Think about this for a second. When was the last time you were doing something you truly enjoyed and felt the urge to check your phone? Probably not very often. When you are talking to someone and the conversation is genuinely good, you don't reach for it. When you are doing work that actually interests you, you don't reach for it. When you are with people you actually want to be with, you don't reach for it. The phone stays in your pocket, not because you are disciplined, but because whatever is happening in front of you is better than anything on that screen. Now think about when you do reach for it, the boring meeting, the awkward silence, the conversation that has run out of things to say, the Sunday evening that feels a little empty, the moment you are sitting at home but don't really want to think about anything. The phone didn't create any of these moments, it just filled them. And that is a completely different problem from what everyone is talking about. Here is the truth about phone addiction that nobody wants to say. It is not about the phone. It is about escape. The phone is just the easiest escape we have ever had. Feeling bored? Phone. Feeling anxious? Phone. Feeling awkward? Phone. Don't know what to say? Phone. Don't want to think about something? Phone. And the reason no app or time limit fully works is very simple. It removes the escape route, but it does nothing about what you are escaping from. So the boredom is still there, the anxiety is still there, the uncomfortable feeling is still there. And if the phone is not available, something else fills the gap. Some people start cleaning obsessively. Some people sleep more than they need to. Some people sit in the discomfort for a few days, call it a digital detox, and quietly go back to their phones because nothing actually changed. The phone was just covering something, and that something is still there waiting. Now, here is the part that is very specific to us, to India. In India, we are very good at showing up without actually being present. We go to the family dinner, we attend the function, we sit at the table, we are there, but we are not really there. And before phones, this was visible. You would stare at the wall, fall asleep in the chair, have the same conversation you have had 20 times with the same relative. Now you just scroll and nobody says a word because pulling out your phone at a family gathering looks like something important came up. It looks like you are a busy person, but you are watching a video of a cat falling off a table. Here is the thing though, the phone did not create the desire to escape the family dinner. That desire was always there. The phone just made it look normal. So the real question is not how do I use my phone less? The real question is what am I running away from when I reach for it? If you're running from boredom, why is life boring? Is that okay with you? If you're running from anxiety, what are you anxious about? Is scrolling actually helping or just pushing the problem to later? If you're running from certain people, which people? Why? And what would it take to either fix that or stop pretending everything is fine? These questions are not comfortable, and that is exactly why just keep your phone in another room is so popular because that advice does not ask any of these questions. It just moves the phone. It is so much easier to move the phone than to ask yourself what you are actually running from. The people who have genuinely and permanently changed their relationship with their phones, not for 30 days but for good, all say something similar when you ask them how. Something in their life got better. A relationship improved, work started meaning something to them, a hobby started filling their time in a way that actually felt good. Something they had been avoiding for a long time finally got dealt with, and the phone just became less interesting on its own. Not because they forced themselves to put it down, but because they finally had something they actually wanted to be present for. That is the only thing that works. Not a 30-day challenge, not another app. A life that is more interesting to live than to run away from. Your phone is not the problem. Your phone is actually the most honest thing about you. Every time you reach for it without thinking, it is telling you something, that this moment is uncomfortable, that this room is not working for you, that something in your life is asking for attention. You can keep trying to manage that with time limits and challenges and keeping it in another room, or you can actually listen to it. The goal was never to use your phone less. The goal was to build a life you don't feel the need to run away from. That's the flip. Subscribe for more conversations like this. I'll see you in the next one.